Welcome back. In the previous video, we discussed Debye's continuum model. We, we understood the basic assumptions made by Debye to overcome the limitations of Einstein's model, and also we derived the expression for Debye frequency. In this class, we discuss the Debye's theory of specific heat of solids. The total energy, internal energy of the solid. The internal energy of the solid resides on the elastic standing waves instead of individual atoms. According to Debye's model, the energy is present in the elastic standing waves instead of individual atoms. The energy of those elastic standing waves is quantized, and the quantum of vibrational energy is called as phonon, having the energy h cross omega, where h cross is, we defined this term many times, h by 2 pi, and omega is the frequency of vibration and h is Planck's constant. Since any vibrational motion of a system can be thought as superposition of independent normal mode of vibrations, those normal modes are regarded as independent harmonic oscillators with allowed energy levels E is equal to n h cross omega, where n is nth mode of vibration. The average energy of such mode of vibration is given by E bar omega. Here the superscript, that is the E bar, represents the average energy. This is equal to h cross omega divided by e to the power of h cross omega by kt minus 1. This is in accordance with Bose-Einstein distribution law. The modes of vibration are distributed in energy in accordance with Bose-Einstein distribution law. So the average energy is given by equation 7. Now let us find out the total energy of the solid. The total energy of the solid, that is the contribution of internal vibrational energy of the solid from these normal modes of vibration, is given by U is equal to integral 0 to omega d E bar omega, that is the average energy, into d omega into d omega, capital D omega into d omega. Call this as equation 8. Now simplifying this, substituting the values for average energy and Debye frequency. We already know the average energy and Debye frequency, and that is the density of modes d omega. Substituting the expressions, we get internal energy U is equal to integral 0 to omega d e to h cross omega by e to the power of h cross omega by kt minus 1 into V divided by 2 pi square into 1 by CL cube plus 2 by CT cube into omega square d omega. Now taking all the constants outside, that is this term, V divided by 2 pi square into 1 by CL cube plus 2 by CT cube into integral of 0 to omega d h cross omega cube d omega divided by e to the power of h cross omega by kt minus 1. Here this omega into omega square, that becomes omega cube. Now using equation 8 for this value, V by 2 pi square into 1 by CL cube plus 2 by CT cube, we know that V divided by 2 pi square into 1 by CL cube plus 2 by CT cube into omega square, omega cube is equal to 9n. So substituting this for this term V by 2 pi square into 1 by V CL cube plus 2 by CT cube is equal to 9n divided by omega d cube. So we get internal energy U is equal to 9n by omega d cube into integral 0 to omega d into h cross omega cube d omega divided by e to the power of h cross omega divided by kt minus 1. Call this as equation 9. Now let us define a parameter. Let us take x is equal to h cross omega by kt and xd is equal to h cross omega d by kt, which is equal to theta d by t. Let us define a parameter theta d, where the quantity theta d is equal to h cross omega d by k. Here already we know that omega d is the dBA frequency, and let us define another parameter theta d is equal to h cross omega d by k, which has the dimensions of temperature, and let us define this parameter as dBA's characteristic temperature. Now by defining this dBA's characteristic temperature, xd is equal to h cross theta d by t and x is equal to h cross omega by kt. Now let us rearrange the terms. In this equation, it can be written as omega is equal to kt divided by h cross into x. Differentiating this, d omega is equal to kt by h cross into dx. Now in this equation 9, let us substitute for x, which is equal to h cross omega by kt. The equation reduces to, equation 9 reduces to u is equal to 9n into h cross by kt xd. Here the outside the integral we have omega d. Put omega d is equal to kt divided by h cross into xd. Omega, if we add suffix d to this omega, then x is equal to xd. So we get the equation 9 reduces to 9n into h cross divided by kt into xd whole cube into integral 0 to xd. Omega d is replaced by xd into 1 divided by e to the power of x minus 1 into h cross kt divided by h cross into x whole cube into kt divided by h cross into dx. Substituting for omega cube and d omega respectively, we get this result. So taking these terms outside the integral, excluding x, we get 9n kt into 1 divided by xt whole cube. These terms, this is a cancels. So the cancelling all the possible terms, we get 9n kt into 1 divided by xd whole cube into integral 0 to xd into x cube divided by e to the power of x minus 1 into dx. So we can write the expression for internal energy as U is equal to 9n kt T divided by theta d cube. Substituting for xd, xd is equal to theta d by t. We defined already, that is theta d is the dBA characteristic frequency. So t divided by theta d whole cube. Again in the integral limits, xd replace it by theta d by t into x cube divided by e to the power of x minus 1 into dx. Now this is the integral. Now observe here, the internal energy of the solid depends on the integral 0 to theta d by t into x cube by e to the power of x minus 1 into dx. Now let us have the discussions, different possible situations that arise. Now from the equation 11, it is clear that it does not depend explicitly on the volume, but it looks similar to the expression obtained from the Einstein's model. Almost it is similar to Einstein's model, but with the integral in the equation has temperature dependence. Now we have the following cases. Now let us discuss how the behavior of the solid, or that is the specific heat, behaves at different temperatures. Let us consider the first case at higher temperatures. We know that at higher temperatures T is much greater than theta D, that is D by temperature, or KT is much greater than H cross omega. This implies the X is much smaller than 1. Thus we can write e to the power of x as, expanding this, 1 plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial and so on. Since x is much smaller than 1, we can neglect the terms of x with higher powers. So we can write e to the power of x is approximately equal to 1 plus x. Now substituting the value of e to the power of x in the integral. Now consider this definite integral in equation 11. Now consider this definite integral. So integral of 0 to theta d by t of x cube by e to the power of x minus 1 into dx, it reduces to, substitute for e to the power of x, e to the power of x is equal to 1 plus x. So e to the power of x minus 1 is equal to 1 plus x minus 1, that is simply equal to x itself. So x cube by x into dx. So cancelling, we get x square dx. Integrating, we get xd cube by 3, or that is equal to, substituting for xd, theta d by t. 1 divided by 3 into theta d by t whole cube. Now substitute the value of integral in equation 11. We get internal energy U is equal to 9n kT T divided by theta t whole cube into 1 by 3 into theta d by t whole cube. So these two terms cancel each other. 3 1s are, 3 3s are. So we get the result as 3n kT. Now if we take 1 mole of the solid, then we get the number of atoms is equal to the Avogadro number. Then Na into K, Boltzmann constant, can be taken as equal to universal gas constant R. So this term reduces to R. So we get 3 RT. Now this is the internal energy. So specific heat of solid at high temperatures is given by Cv is equal to du by dt at constant volume. So differentiating this, we get 3R. Call this as equation 12. Now from equation 12, it is clear that at higher temperatures, Debye model also reduces to Dulong-Petit's law as obeyed by classical model and Einstein model. This in fact means that the quantum considerations carry almost no significance at high temperatures. Since Einstein model and Debye model are based on quantum considerations, these quantum considerations have no significance when we consider higher temperatures. Now let us understand the behavior of specific heat in case of solids at low temperatures. Let us arrive at the Debye's T cube law. At low temperatures, T is much smaller than theta d, that is D by temperature, or KT is much smaller than H cross omega. This implies XD, that is theta d by T, tends to infinity. Now the value of integral, definite integral 0 to theta d by t of x cube by e to the power of x minus 1 into dx reduces to, at low temperatures, 0 theta d by t can be replaced by infinite is of 0 to infinity of x cube divided by e to the power of x minus 1 into dx. The value of the standard integral is pi power 4 divided by 15. This is a definite a standard integral whose value of the integral is pi power 4 divided by 15. So substituting the value of this integral in equation 11, we get internal energy U is equal to 9 kT T cube by theta d to the power of 3, T by theta d to the power of 3, pi power 4 by 15. Let us write this as 3 by 5 cancels, 3s are 5s are, 3 by 5 pi power 4 nk into t power 4 divided by theta d cube. Call this as equation 13. Now we got the expression for internal energy at low temperatures. To find the specific heat, differentiate this with respect to temperature at constant volume. Differentiating this, we get only variable that involves temperature is T. So differentiating T power 4, we get 4T cube. So simplifying this, 12 by 5 pi power 4 nk T divided by theta d whole cube. So simplifying this, 12 by 5 pi power 4 R, replacing this nk is equal to R by assuming 1 mole of the solid. So we get 12 by 5 pi power 4 R T divided by theta d whole cube. So this is approximately equal to 234 R T cube by theta d cube. Now from this equation it is clear that except T, the remaining terms are constants. So we can write the specific heat capacity at low temperatures inversely proportional to cube of absolute temperature. At very low temperatures, the specific heat CV is directly proportional to T cube. This relation is called as d base T cube law, and it holds for the temperatures T less than or equal to theta d by 10. For this range of temperatures, the d base T cube law holds good. Now, let us compare all the three models in the graph. Now, observe here, this dotted line represents the classical limit or Dulong-Petit's law. This represents the classical model or Dulong-Petit's law. Specific heat is constant and it is equal to 3R. This dotted line represents the Einstein's curve. This thick line represents D-base curve, and the dots represents the experimental values of specific heat capacity at different temperatures. Now from this curve, this plot, it is clear that all the experimental values of specific heat capacity at various temperatures almost fits on the D-base curve. This is the great success for D-base model. There is an excellent matching of the experimentally determined values of specific heats at various temperatures with those calculated using D-base model as shown in the figure. As we just have discussed, all the experimental points are exactly fitted on the D-base curve. Hence, there is a good agreement, excellent agreement with experimental values and theoretical values. Now the plot shows just we discussed. This plot proves the validity of D-base approximation at sufficiently low temperatures. Since the experimental curve and theoretical curve exactly match, there is a validity for D-base approximation at very low temperatures. Now let us understand the term D-base temperature. D-base temperature is defined as the characteristic temperature of the solid at which highest mode of frequency or highest frequency mode is excited. We know that according to D-base model, the frequency range has 0 to certain maximum value of frequency omega d. A solid can vibrate within these limits. The temperature, characteristic temperature of the solid at which highest frequency mode is excited. We already know the expression for D-base temperature, theta d is equal to h cross omega d by k. Its value is a constant for a given solid and is independent of temperature. From the expression, it is clear that the D-base temperature is constant for a given solid and is independent of temperature. The product D-base constant and Boltzmann D-base temperature and Boltzmann constant is approximately equal to the phonon energy. From this formula, it is clear that if we multiply theta d with k, this comes out to be h cross omega d, which is nothing but the phonon energy. Now let us understand the significance of D-base temperature. It is the characteristic temperature for a given solid below which the quantum effects begin to dominate. That is, Cv is proportional to T cube, and above which the classical picture plays a major role. That is, Cv is equal to 3R, a constant. It is the temperature which distinguishes between the classical picture and the quantum picture. The success of D-base model. Now we are going to understand the success and limitations of D-base model. First, let us discuss the success. The D-base theory is a great triumph for the quantum theory and for the application of Bose-Einstein statistics. This model gives not only a successful model, but it also gives a great success for both quantum theory as well as Bose-Einstein statistics. The experimental results agree with D-base model fairly at very high temperatures, and at low temperatures it predicts T cube law, which is found to agree very well with the experimental results. So the conclusion is this D-base model fits both at high temperature regions as well as low temperature regions. The experimental values are in close agreement with the theoretical values in both the temperature regions. Now let us understand some limitations of this model. The D-base continuum model is valid for long wavelengths only. That is, only low frequencies are actively excited in the solid. D-base assumed that there is a maximum cutoff limit, so this continuum model is valid only for the longer wavelength or lower frequency regions. The total number of normal modes is limited to 3n, that is finite. This is difficult to justify when the solid is considered to be a continuum which should possess infinite frequencies. There is a dilemma in the model itself. It assumes that the solid is continuum, but it fixes a maximum limit to the modes of vibrations. So this is a contradictory which could not be justified. A solid has it is a continuum, but the modes of vibration is 3n. This contradictory cannot be justified. The cutoff frequency is fixed to be same for both longitudinal and transverse waves. The model assumes that the solid is non-dispersive and hence the velocity is same for all the frequencies. But one more thing, the cutoff frequency is assumed to be same for both longitudinal and transverse waves. This is again a contradictory statement which is difficult to justify because different velocities for transverse and longitudinal modes waves should imply that different values of cutoff frequencies for these waves. Since the velocities are different, we have chosen the velocity of the longitudinal waves as CL, velocity of transverse waves as CT. Since the velocities are chosen to be different, the cutoff frequencies must also be different for both longitudinal waves and transverse waves. But the D-Bayes model fixed the same cutoff frequency for both longitudinal and transverse waves, which cannot be justified. According to D-Bayes theory, theta d is independent of temperature. From the formula, it is clear that theta d is equal to h cross omega d by k. So it is independent of frequency. Whereas actually it is found to vary up to an extent of 10% or even more with the change in temperature. So there is a contradiction between experimental measurement and theoretical interpretation. The theory does not take into account the actual crystalline nature of the solid. The theory does not tell us anything regarding the structure of the crystal, that is the crystalline nature of the solid. The theory completely ignores the interaction among the atoms and the contribution of electrons to the specific heat. It assumes that only the thermal vibration leads to the specific heat and the contribution of electrons to the specific heat is completely ignored by this model. According to this model, T cube law is expected to be valid in the temperature range T less than or equal to 0.1 times theta d, that is theta d by 10. But in actual crystals, the temperatures at which T cube law approximation holds good is quite low. The experimental reports suggest that a much lower temperature, this T cube law is valid only in the much lower temperature range T less than or equal to theta d by 50. This puts again a limitation for D-Bayes model. These are the limitations of D-Bayes model.